अगर knowledge चाहिए but podcast consume नहीं करने, तो welcome to the right channel for you. It's TRS Clips. I think at the beginning we spoke about the third eye, the chakra related to intuition. The sentence that goes, my third eye is opened or my third eye is opening, it's probably related to the spectrum of consciousness that you spoke of.
Yes.
That you can now start seeing this realm of higher consciousness.
I think so.
Okay. It begins with like better pattern recognition and intuition, but it ends at enlightenment and probably even beyond that.
Yeah, so I don't like the spectrum that you're listing out. So you're making it sound linear. I don't think it's like that. I think all this stuff happens, not all, but a lot of it happens patchy and in parallel.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I think you'll have, it's not like you get material intuition first and then this happens. It's kind of random, not like super random. That's why I think the importance of techniques are important, right? So a guru will understand like where you are and which practice you need. But if you do so I'll just give you a simple example. So if people want to do, because you asked for a practice, I'll give you all a simple, safe practice. So you start with Trataka, candle gazing. So you just look at the flame of a candle, or divo is even better. And even then you're using sesame oil instead of ghee, which is perfect. So ghee will have a more wavering flame than sesame oil will. So if you want a stable candle, use sesame oil, use a wick, and you just light a candle and you look at it. So you can start at 30 seconds and then work your way up to 60, 90, check with a doctor first to make sure you have no medical contraindications. And you just gaze at the candle. And what you'll notice is as you gaze at the candle, your peripheral vision will disappear and you'll only see the candle. Everything around it. So normally it's super cool. This is why I love this stuff, because it'll give people a subjective experience, which is separate. You can easily access a weird conscious experience, which is very different from the regular life. That's why I love starting with Trataka. So normally when I think about a candle, the flame illuminates the area around, but you'll see something really trippy, which is that the flame, everything around it becomes dark. And it doesn't illuminate anything. It creates darkness, which is a really weird thing to see. There's even an interesting physiologic reason for that, which is the exhaustion of rhodopsins in the eyes. So it's really cool. So I looked into why does this happen.
Rods become weaker.
So the way you see things is you can run out of sight, basically, until you close your eyes.
Fuel inside the eye.
It's fuel inside the eye runs out, and then everything goes black. So that's just the first phase of the practice, which is super cool. So I like doing things for people that give them a cool experience very quickly, because everyone has a short attention span. Everyone wants to jump to psychedelics. So let's give you a cool, trippy experience that's safe. Then comes phase 2, which is when you close your eyes, you'll see the after image of the flame. And then what you want to do is stare at that with your eyes closed. And what you'll notice is that it'll disappear from your mind. It'll start to move around. You have to get good at staring at that. That's what you want to do for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Oof.
That is Antartrataka.
Wow.
Okay? And anyone can do it. You can do it today. Really easy. Even if you do it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds without closing your eyes. When you close your eyes, you'll see the after image. People know what an after image is, right? Then you can try other things. Like then I'd encourage you to do Trataka on different objects, not like the sun or anything, but you can do Trataka even on something like around you. And then if you close your eyes, you'll see an after image, but flame is the easiest way to create an after image. Okay? Then we get to the fun part. And if you've ever wanted to understand what a yantra looks like, if you've never done Antartrataka, you've never seen a yantra. Look at a yantra with Trataka and then close your eyes and you will see the negative image of the yantra. That's truly what a yantra is. When people were meditating, they saw the image of the yantra and then they reverse engineered it into the physical form. And the cool thing is, when you do Antartrataka and when you do Antartrataka on a yantra, I know it's a mouthful, then you will also see colors. So I'm going to give you all a really cool exercise. If anyone wants to understand this stuff and how, like, where to start the journey of subjective exploration. Tell me what the color that you see is. I mean, they don't have to tell me, but just try to describe the color. It will not be a color that is describable using regular perception. It'll be like a weird color. And if you've seen after images, you kind of know what I mean. It's like pinkish, purplish, greenish. But it's not any of those colors. It's a weird color. So this is what I love about this practice, because it quickly gives this people this idea of like, okay, but this is just Trataka, this is just the first practice. Once you start doing more and more and more in this realm, once you start exploring, you become your own explorer of the universe. You're the only astronaut, because I can't convey this to anybody. I can describe it, but the color, the words that I use will be different from what you say. They won't really describe it, but you'll know what I mean. I can trigger the subjective experience in you, but I cannot transmit the knowledge. This is also what's different about the material world and the subjective world, right? And so then if you want to do a particular, based on what they've learned from your podcast or whatever, there's a particular like energy that you want to cultivate. And then you do yantra practice on that. You do Trataka on that yantra. You do Antar Trataka on that yantra. But best thing to do is work with a guru. That's number one.
Yeah. Yantras can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, so maybe people shouldn't do this. It's very possible that these tantric masters that you've had on will say, oh, look, this is a bad thing to teach people. I've never run into a problem with it. I still think it's super safe, I think, and I haven't seen like a medical...
Some yantras are more fierce than others.
Yeah.
That's where my...
Yeah, so probably like in retrospect, just stick with Trataka and Antar Trataka, and step number 3 is go find a guru and then do that appropriately.
Like, I appreciate you sharing step number 3, because like I have access to some people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I don't teach that. I mean, I'll teach the principle, which is fine, just so you understand, right? But like, then I wouldn't go do that sadhana without the right guidance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
Okay, great.
This was a legitimate third eye episode. Thank you for watching the clip, दोस्तों. मेरा होप यह है कि आप हर हफ्ते इसी चैनल पर लौट आओ, ताकि जितने भी पॉडकास्ट हम अपलोड कर रहे हैं ना, उनका सार आपको इस चैनल पर मिले.